Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is interested in a long-term connection with you. And I feel like they're going to communicate some sort of offer, or they might confess their feelings. We do have the heart from the Golden Lenormand, and we also have the man and the dog, which tells me that whoever this person is, they are in that masculine energy, which means they're taking action. They don't want to risk losing you. And this is somebody who has very good intentions. This is somebody who wants to be loyal, who is, I think, quite smitten or captivated by your energy. So let's calm spirit with a little bit of Wincenza. I hope you're having a good day. I love Michael. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box below. And right below that, you can find additional information on being a member of the channel. We do have this week a live stream for the members for Stars and Towers. And that, by the way, is ad-free, which I really enjoy. Let's dive in with the Voyage of the Soul. I feel like this is going to give us some additional clarity around this person's approach to healing or love in general. I think we've got somebody who is extremely capable when it comes to communication, and it makes things seem a lot easier for you than they have in the past. Hello, Nancy. How's it going? We've got haunting, curse, lost souls, eerie, psychic attack, dark force, ancestors, foundation, root, family, lineage, security, and breakthrough. Milestone, epiphany, climax, advancement, and quantum leap. There's been a dark night of the soul for this individual who is falling in love with you or is about to, like, you might be about to meet this person, right? But this is somebody who has worked through what they needed to, in particular with their family. Does that mean they're completely done with healing? No, I don't think anybody is, right? But this is somebody who's taken on a really difficult element in their life that has to do with family over the last several years. And this has led them to have a breakthrough in terms of who they are, what kind of life they want to live, what they want to invest in, that kind of thing. So I think this is someone who really knows who they are. Totally. So I'm talking about they know who they are, and then we have the card that literally says soul searching, treasures uncovered, dormant gifts and answers. They understand things in a different way. They may have a different set of religious or spiritual beliefs at this point, or they may have deepened, expanded in some way. This is someone who knows much better now than they did before how to receive and also give love. So we have the feminine side coming out. We had the masculine side earlier, and now we have the feminine. So this is somebody who has balance in terms of managing their emotions, communicating those emotions, working towards the things that they want in their life. And they've had a lot of positive things happen as a result of the dedication they've put forth. So they're currently going through some sort of glow up. There are things that are working to their advantage, or things are starting to seem a little bit easier for this person after that period of difficulty that they've gotten through. Hello, Realm of Bedlam. Meow. How's it going? This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. What else do we have? Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is somebody that you meet, and I think pretty readily there is sparks that fly, or there's an obvious, like there's a volley in your conversation. There's interest, intellectual stimulation. And I think for some of you, it's kind of like a love at first sight or love on the first date. I don't know. trusting that you've met this person for a reason or that you really do click with them. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is, I feel this could be somebody who's outside of your norm. So it could be that initially you were maybe a little bit like hesitant, or I don't know if that's like really my type, or maybe we're too different. But I think you end up realizing there's a gravitational pull. Hello, Nathaniel. How's it going? Hello, Steven. Hello, is it Marwa? How are you doing? King of Wands. So that's like the masculine energy we had come out from the Lenormand, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands. This is all still the same energy. I don't really feel like I've seen your energy yet. This is the person who's falling for you or very interested in you, or the person you're about to meet who's going to fall in love with you. But we have somebody who is very aware of who they are, not afraid to go after what they want, willing to sacrifice things in pursuit of long-term gratification instead of focusing on short-term. But they also have this Queen of Cups energy. They're able to understand their emotions, express their emotions. They have compassion and empathy for others. And their goal is to find a partner that they can build a life with. They want this Four of Wands energy. I want long-term. I want a partner. Hello, Renee. I hope you're doing well. What else do we have? The Empress. 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. This is all very beautiful energy. This Page of Wands is connected to the Bloom card that we got from the Voyage of the Soul. There's something about the magic that this person like breathes into their own activities, life, conversation. It captures your attention, but it's also something that makes them very different from others. They may have like little subjects or themes that they're super interested in, or they might just have like an unending curiosity. I always want to find out the answer to this, or I really want to like watch the documentary on that. They see this love interest of theirs, which presumably is you, as the person they've been looking for. You're crossing off all the things on my list. I feel like I found the person I want to build with. You are who I've been looking for. You're the person that's worth the wait for me. Temperance is a good match. Also a lot of fire energy. I gotta say there is some physical attraction or tension or a lot of passion between the two of you. 7 of Pentacles and Strength. There's admiration from this individual because of what you've been able to sacrifice or what you have focused on. They view you as committed or dedicated. You have a goal, you work towards it. You're able to, much like they are, let go of the short-term gratification if it benefits you in pursuit of something in the long-term gratification column. This is the Gold Foil Tarot. I can't remember. Did I say hi to Upper Echelon? Hello. I won't lie, you guys. I probably needed a little bit more sleep than I got, but I'm here. We got the 4 of Cups, King of Cups in the reverse, and the 7 of Cups. Lots of water energy here. There's a fear that maybe you're a little bit out of their league. Maybe you have too many options. I know that I could fall in love with you, or I know that you, cross off a lot of things on my checklist, but how do you view me? How do I compare against the other people that have expressed interest in this Empress? So little bit of insecurity, but I think that's because they are really quite taken with you. There's a little bit of an obsession here. I think probably many people could relate, where when you encounter somebody that really is able to see you, or you have similar sense of humor, you really enjoy their company, it's like, okay, what's the catch? What am I not seeing? You're hiding something, right? I do think that they're very excited. They want to pursue something with you, but there's either a concern on your side or on their side. Are you hiding something? Are you really who you said you are? What else am I going to find out about you? Empress in the reverse, Ten of Wands in the reverse, and the World in the reverse. But this is whoever is having this energy or this like thought process. I kind of feel like it could be both of you, to be honest. It's because there's not necessarily this awareness that that chapter is over, that you've been able to level up in your love life, and it's divinely like guided. It's supposed to be a good time for you in terms of relationships, but from a mindset, you're kind of stuck in everybody's out to get me, or everybody's going to like disappoint me, right? So Two of Swords is in the reverse, Judgment in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a risk as far as not investing with somebody who is actually quite enamored. And I think it's both. You can totally come at me, bro, if that's not true. This is the Egyptian tarot. What else do we have? Four of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Good, good. Okay, so we have somebody realizing the error of their ways. And hopefully both people, if it does apply to both, right? Like, okay, you're really great and everything, but I'm just like waiting for something to happen that I don't like, or, you know, some truth about you to be like really upsetting. Is this actually where I want to invest? Is this actually something that could go the distance? Four of Wands in the reverse. There's like this setback, right? I don't know if I want to fall in love. And then we have a redirect, or getting back on the right course. I love the combination of the Temperance or Earth Angel energy with this Magician, because it feels very empowering and enlightened. If I use my discernment, if I use my intuition, I can assess that I feel like this person's been really genuine with me. It seems like they really do want something similar to what I do, or it seems like they have an open heart. Whatever it is, we've got someone kind of like checking themselves, right? Maybe even you have a conversation with a friend and they inspire you to change your perspective. But I see this as the same person realizing, oh, actually, I think you were like my person. Okay, I need to like make sure I'm not viewing things negatively just because. So we've got the Ten of Cups, King of Swords in the reverse. So maybe I was just a little bit nervous. Maybe I didn't know how to handle it, if this could actually be like the person that I want to be with. But now I'm going to be honest, redirect my energy, because High Priestess in the reverse, I know I wasn't listening to my intuition. I was just assuming that maybe there had to be something wrong with you, right? Hi, James. We've got the Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands. So when we have some sort of heart-to-heart conversation between these two individuals, that's when I think there's a reset or like a recalibration. Okay, I think maybe I was just a little bit too focused on trying to find out what was wrong with you. And if I'm really honest with myself, what I want is a relationship with you. So I think after a little bit of hesitation or ambivalence, or maybe even kind of like pulling back, there's a resurgence or you know what? No, I'm going for it because I think this is really what I want. Knight of Wands is fast moving energy. There's a lot of fire energy coming through. So it feels to me like we've got, again, a lot of passion. We've got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, a return. Somebody saying, you know what? No, I do think this is what I want. I have changed. Therefore, maybe my love life has changed. If I'm not messing with the same kind of BS, if I've moved on from that karmic lifestyle, then doesn't it make sense that at some point I would actually be able to encounter somebody who has done that same thing, right? Who's looking for something real. Hello, Illuminati. How's it going? Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So this is saying when you get that blessing, when you get that love that you have manifested, and it's something that maybe scares you a little bit, don't freak out. Don't sabotage it. This is the good karma that you are owed because of your commitment to healing or working through things. We're going to go with, this is the Gilded Reverie. What else do we have? This person's thinking long term. This is about a romantic contract, right? That could be let's move in together. That could be let's be exclusive, or even somebody wanting to propose. But this is because I can see that you've gone through something significant as well, that you have grown and matured, and you know, that you're enlightened. This is someone finally deciding, okay, I'm going to take a chance. I know it's a little bit scary. I know that maybe I could still get hurt, but this feels right, so I'm going to go for it. Yeah, and then we got the Bridges card. This is about connections or relationships. I don't want to risk losing this person, so I'm going to like give it all I've got. We've got the Bouquet, which is about beauty or recognition. I think this is about a title. I want people to know that it's official, or I want people to know what my intentions are. I know there may be a lot of work, or I know there may be a lot of planning if, you know, there's a wedding in mind. But this is somebody who's saying, I think this is who I've been waiting for. This is who I've been looking for. Let's see. This is the Hocus Pocus Tarot. What else do we have? Did I say hello to Voyager? Hello. Queen of Potions, which is the Queen of Cups, and the 10 of Lightning or 10 of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Candles in the reverse. Yeah, I do think that you may be able to connect or like commiserate over the fact that you've both dealt with individuals that have been unreliable. In other words, you may have dealt with people who gave up very quickly or ghosted or even stepped out on your relationship. I feel like there's something you have in common in terms of how you've been treated in previous relationships. And this in part helps you deal with or mitigate the fear you might have regarding trusting that person because they've gone through the same kind of thing, right? Hello, each one teach one. How's it going? What else? Four of Lightning or the Four of Swords, the Page of Lightning, which is the Page of Swords, and the Four of Pumpkins or the Four of Pentacles, but it's in the reverse. I think this is one of those last little things that you need to do before you are able to get into one of those really healthy relationships that you've been manifesting in, right? The thing you have to do is believe that that kind of relationship could actually happen to you, that your hard work could pay off, that you could actually be attracted to and attract someone that would treat you the way you seek to be treated. So believe in it, I guess, right? You've been doing the work, so it's no surprise that somebody else who's been doing the work finds you attractive. 9 of Potions. They view you as like their dream come true. Like, is this like actually real? Somebody pinch me. So we have the 9 of Lightning or the 9 of Swords. The 6 of Pumpkins or 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a fear of loss here, and I feel like that's the little hurdle that we're facing. Okay, so is this person really going to stick around? Is this person going to run away? Is this person going to make a lot of promises and then break those promises? That's, I think, on both sides. I think we've got 2 people that are hoping that that's not something they have to worry about. And the issue here is, are you going to let the past dictate what your future is? Because if that's true, then like, couldn't you also argue you shouldn't have to like work on anything? Don't do all of the work and then deny the blessings that you've earned through that work. You did the work, you got the A, you got the A+, okay? So, you know, maybe like throw a little party, have some pizza to celebrate the fact that you're smart. Like, let's do this. Take advantage of the fact that you have good karma coming your way. Otherwise, you like, I don't know, you're missing out. This is the Pause Tarot. What else do we have? The Hermit in the reverse. A desire for companionship. I've learned what I needed to learn, and now I feel like what I'd really like is somebody that could join me on this journey, somebody who has similar goals or aspirations, somebody who laughs at the same kind of humor. And because we've got 2 people who have been dedicated to working on themselves, that's why we have this divine timing or this divine connection happening with the Star. It's how do I say this? It feels to me like there's something about this love interest that you get more attracted to them after you have a couple of times that you hang out with them. I feel like you're attracted and there's passion initially, but it builds. Sometimes when you are attracted to somebody, it's the opposite, right? You really think they're hot at the beginning and then they start talking. This is saying the more you get to know this person, the more you feel like this is exactly who you've been waiting for. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And the 3 of Cups. So we have somebody removing or like bringing down the walls, having an open heart, being willing to see what this person's all about, not trying to like procrastinate or delay. And with the 3 of Cups, there's some date or some time that you spend together that I think really demonstrates for you how great the 2 of you are together. And I think that's for you and the other person. This helps you to fully put to rest something from your past. You're ready for something new. You're ready for some change. And again, this is your good karma. There's blessings coming to you because of what you've been doing, because of the changes you've worked for. Judgment. So Judgment, by the way, can talk about something that comes back around. So that's why I feel like there's something here where maybe initially you're like, no, I don't know. And then you revisit and you're like, actually, I think there is something here with this person. For others of you, this is timing because it's right next to the Wheel of Fortune. You are supposed to have a really beautiful connection with somebody that cares deeply for you. But with the 9 of Wands in the reverse, the call to action here is don't give up on something until you really know what it is that you're, looking at. Because they feel like you should invest in this. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. All right, let's get some more oracle cards. This is the situations deck. What else do we have? Oh no, if you start talking about food, it's all over for me. I definitely need to eat some food. What else do we have? Recalling, reminiscing, memories, returning, lockbox, closed in, trapped, frustrated, divine feminine, and roller coaster. Yes, there are things from your past, and I think also from your new love's past, that you both need to kind of let stay in the past. There is this excitement and this thrill that you have getting to know this new person that brings with it a little bit of fear, right? But you can't deny, even though you've got a little bit of hesitation or concern, that there's this magnetic pull between the two of you, something that draws you to this person. So in the very near future, I see there being an opportunity to have a heart-to-heart. But we've also got this sad card, crushed, broken, feeling alone. You're going to get a text message from somebody else. This might be a little bit of a test. This is somebody else who's interested in you. So for some of you, it's like an escape hatch. And if you are struggling with trusting somebody new, even though they've only shown you green flags, then you might actually fall for hopping over to a different situation and going through that getting to know you phase again because it's less scary or less threatening. But then you end up in this sad energy because this other person wasn't really serious like this person is. So this is saying, make sure you make the right call, go with your gut, because your intuition is telling you that you can trust this person. Just feels a little bit strange because you've been pretty accustomed to dealing with people that you couldn't. But remember, we've got somebody who's loyal and somebody who is falling in love or very quickly will be. Not too much. Okay, maybe like the whole thing. Hey, Laura. Hello, Third Eye. How's it going? Hello, Bitchy Tata. So let's get a few from the Hidden Truth, shall we? I feel you leaving me behind. I want to tell you how I feel. So many things remind me of you. This is that person from the past who's going to text you, or somebody who has a similar energy to those that you dealt with in your past. This is somebody who could lure you away from the love interest you are supposed to be pursuing. We both know I'm not the one for you. Don't get distracted by people that you know there's no future with. Ooh, they're going to throw out the big guns. We've got I love you. This is someone from your past who's going to try whatever they can to get you back, but they're still dishonest. I regret lying to you. I wish I could take back my words, and I remember every detail of that day. So beware of that past energy coming back around to cause some drama or instability. I do think that a large percentage of you are going to look at that message or that like request and be like, I'm not going to waste my time and talk to that person. I don't even care what they have to say. This is What's the News? Again, we already had a whole reading about a fake friend. I think this is more so about hidden intentions, the person from your past, or there's somebody you don't know very well who is very similar to past energy. They're not being honest about their intentions. This feels more like somebody who's interested in like a one-night stand or a situationship. And then we have cuffing season, somebody who's actually interested, ready for a relationship. So the choice is between two very different types of people. So please, please do not fall for the fake love bombing energy from this person who has hidden intentions just because it gives you those warm fuzzies or it feels super complimentary. It's not sustainable energy. There's like a fakeness to it, right? It's like sugary. It's all because you're too paranoid or you're kind of struggling to see that maybe this new love interest, the person who's actually ready for a relationship, might be genuine, like real. So you're being like overly guarded with this person, but they're really just your good luck, your good karma. So the universe is saying, could you please just get in a like serious relationship with this person that you like manifested, prayed for, hoped you would eventually meet, and not get distracted by the unserious, like reminds you of your past kind of people. All right, I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm starving. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and thank you to the members. And I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.